Chapter 2 The Contract. After Bassanio left, Charlotte remained alone, deep in thought. This is my chance to get my revenge, he thought. Antonio hates Jews. He insulted me in front of other merchants, and he said I'm a thief for charging interest on the money I lend. My people will be cursed if I forgive him. Soon, Bassanio returned with Antonio. When Charlotte was Antonio, he became angry, although he did his best to appear friendly. Antonio, said Charlotte slowly, you have criticized me many times for charging interest on my loan. You have called me an unbeliever and spent on my Jewish clothes. You even called me a dog. Now you want me to lend you money. Does a dog have money? Could a dog lend you 3,000 ducats? Why should I help you when you have treated me so badly? Antonio became angry when he heard the shallow words. I will probably call you a dog again, he said. I may spit on you again and insult you too. Don't lend me this money as a friend. Lend it to me as an enemy. Then, if I miss the payment, you may happily collect the penalty. You are so angry, said Charlotte. He pretended to be surprised. Antonio, I would like to be your friend. I will forget all your insults and lend you the money without interest. I want to help you. Antonio couldn't believe his ears. Yes, said Charlotte, still pretending to be kind. I'd like you to loan me, so I won't charge interest on the loan. Let's go to a notary and sign the contract now. I know you will pay, but what if you don't? Don't worry, Charlotte, I will pay you back, said Antonio. Well, I think I need some kind of guarantee. 3,000 ducats is lots of money, isn't it? We can make the penalty a joke, just for fun. What about a pound of your flesh? And it will be cut from any part of your body that I choose. Antonio was shocked by Charlotte's proposal. That's ridiculous. I will pay you some interest if I'm late with the payment. Do you think I'd take interest from a fellow moneylender? Said Charlotte. Why are you so suspicious? This contract is only a joke. What is the value of the pound of flesh? What would I gain? A pound of mutton or beef is worth more. I offer this contract in friendship. You may take it or leave it. Antonio found it difficult to believe that Charlotte was willing to help him, but the Jews were very persuasive and Antonio gradually changed his mind. Unbelievable, he said quietly to Bassanio. It is possible the Jews actually seem to be kind. I'm surprised that there is so much goodness in them. Antonio, said Bassanio, you must not sign such a contract for me. Don't worry, my friend, said Antonio. My ship will arrive soon, and the goods they carry are worth many times the value of this small loan. Don't do it, Antonio, said Bassanio. The penalty is too severe. I would never forgive myself if you had to pay it. But Antonio was confident that his ship would return before the due date, so he agreed to sign the contract, thinking it was only a joke. Bassanio was relieved to have the money Antonio had borrowed from Charlotte. I'm sorry that you had to borrow from Charlotte to help me, he said to Antonio. I know how much you dislike dealing with a Jew, but thank you so much. You are the best man I know. Don't worry about it, said Antonio. My ship will come back soon and I will repay Charlotte all that I owe him. For now, forget about the money and just think about Portia. I hope that she accepts my proposal, said Bassanio. As soon as she gives me her answer, I will send word to you. I can't wait to meet her, said Antonio. She sounds like a kind and intelligent woman. I'm sure she won't turn you down. Hey, why don't you ask Gratiano to go with you to Belmont? You might want some company on the journey. That's a great idea, said Bassanio. The two friends shook hands, and the next day, Bassanio and Gratiano boarded the ship for Belmont. In Bassanio's pocket were the 3,000 ducats Antonio had borrowed from Charlotte. Bassanio could not wait to see Persia and ask for her hand in marriage. She will be surprised to see me, he said to Gratiano. I didn't let her know I was coming. Will she accept your proposal, do you think? Asked Gratiano. I hope so, said Bassanio. I'm sure she cares for me. If she refuses me, my life is over. Why would she refuse you, my friend? Said Gratiano. She is not only beautiful but also wise and kind. She will want to marry for love, I'm sure of that. I pray you are right, Gratiano, said Bassanio. The proposers. Portia was a beautiful young woman. Many men wanted to marry her, but she wasn't free to choose a husband. Her father had made sure of that before he died. He had left behind 3 caskets, one made of gold, one of silver, and one of lead. Inside one of these caskets was a tiny portrait of Petunia. Portrait? Casket? Any man who wished to marry Portia had to decide which casket portrait. Which casket contained her portrait? If the suitor chose correctly, he would marry Portia, but if he chose the wrong casket, he would remain a bachelor all his life. Bachelor? It was risky, but despite this condition, Portia had many suitors. Prince of Morocco was the first suitor. He looked at the 3 casket. The lead casket was ugly, so he ignored it, but the gold casket and silver casket were both beautiful, and it was hard to choose between them. Finally, he chose the gold one. Open it, sir, said Portia, and if my picture is inside, I will be your wife. The prince opened the casket with trembling hand, but Portia's portrait wasn't inside it. Instead, he found the golden skull. The prince was so disappointed that for a moment he couldn't speak. A sheet of paper was lowered up in the skull-sized socket. The prince picked it up and lowered in and read, "Oh, the glitter is not gold. Often you have heard that told. The prince dropped the paper and quickly went away. Portia was happy to see him go. Thanks goodness, she said to her mind, Nerissa. Mate, I didn't like him at all. I wouldn't have wanted to marry him. Other suitors came. Some were old or rich, but none chose correctly. Then Portia's servant brought news of another visitor. Mistress, he said, a young man had come from Venice. He's young and handsome, but no prince. I don't want to see any more suitors today, said Portia. I don't care how young and handsome they are, but What if it is Bassanio? Isn't it from Venice? Said Nerissa.